It was a crisp autumn evening when I decided to take a solo camping trip to a remote forest. The world was quiet, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and damp earth. I had been looking forward to this escape, a chance to disconnect from the chaos of daily life. Little did I know this trip would become a night I would never forget. As I set up my tent near a small stream, the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The sound of the water flowing was soothing, and I felt at peace. I started a small fire, cooked a simple meal, and settled in for the night with a book. The forest was silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves in the breeze. Hours passed and the fire dwindled to embers. I was about to call it a night when I heard it, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper. At first I thought it was the wind, but the sound grew clearer, more distinct. It was a voice, soft and eerie, calling my name. My heart raced as I scanned the darkness, but there was nothing there. I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, but the whispers continued, growing louder and more insistent. I grabbed my flashlight and stepped out of the tent, shining the beam into the trees. The forest was still, but the whispers persisted, now coming from all directions. It felt as though the trees themselves were speaking to me. Panic set in as I realized I was not alone. I hurried back to the tent, zipping it up tightly and clutching my knife for protection. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, as if they were right outside the thin fabric of the tent. I could feel my breath quicken, my chest tightening with fear. Then suddenly the whispers stopped. The forest was silent once more, but the tension in the air was palpable. I sat frozen, waiting for something, anything to happen. Minutes felt like hours as I strained to hear any sound. Just as I began to relax, a loud crash echoed through the forest, followed by the sound of heavy footsteps approaching my tent. My heart pounded in my chest as I gripped the knife tighter, ready to defend myself. The footsteps stopped just outside, and I could hear faint breathing. I held my breath, too terrified to move. The tent zipper began to slowly open, inch by inch, as if someone or something was trying to get in. I screamed, lashing out with the knife, but there was nothing there. The zipper stopped moving and the forest fell silent once more. I spent the rest of the night in a state of terror, too afraid to leave the tent. When morning finally came, I packed up as quickly as I could and left the forest behind. To this day, I don't know what happened that night, but I've never returned to that campsite. The whispers still haunt my dreams, a chilling reminder of the night the forest spoke to me.